What can pick up heavy things and make life easier in the lethal garage? Let's check it out. What's going on, guys? Metavet here, Lethal Garage, and today we have something new that's gonna make not only working on the Classic and the 6th Gen easier, but any other car that comes to the garage. Well, that's the right size. I picked up a new item, and I'll just get right to it. You can see part of it on the floor. QuickJack from BenPack. So yeah, it doesn't fit in that little box, but this a box. I'm talking like I'm freaking Jar Jar Binks or something. These items showed up in this box a day before, and then FedEx decided they didn't want to deliver the main parts, but they've showed up today. And look, it's like they know. Camaros. Outside of BenPack having good taste in their art on the boxes, I mean, they're 5th gens. Meh. The Lethal Garage is getting crowded. I got car parts everywhere. Look, I started laying out the Dynamat. We'll get to that in another video. But yeah, the car sits really low. All my cars sit really low, and I figured, one, the QuickJack is gonna get the car, I think it's 21 inches off the ground, so I'll be able to get underneath the cars easily. The cars will be at a much better working height for me being a giant. If you guys didn't know, 6'5". And you know, obviously it would be nice if it was even higher, but you know, we'll deal with what we got. And I think the other nice thing is I could probably hide a few more things underneath the car once the QuickJack is locked in position. Now you'll be asking, where's the 6th Gen Camaro? Can you show us how it works on that car? In this video, unfortunately, it's just gonna be the 2nd Gen. So I'm gonna set up the QuickJack. We're gonna get the 2nd Gen up and off the ground. I gotta move some of these parts so I don't damage them. And yeah, we'll go from there. So let's unbox the QuickJack. We'll slide it in the car, get it up, and we'll talk about the process. Actually, I'll probably cut in between a few things and go through from there. So let's do it. So to kick things off, this box arrived in really good shape. No issues, no nothing. It was good. Everything was packed nicely, came out as it should. Now, FedEx didn't do the greatest of jobs with these boxes. I've already opened one side, got it laid out next to the car. This one had the straps on it. Had some of the straps on it. One box had the 2 long ones, but these ones were gone. And some of the mid straps were broke off, and the boxes are just torn to shreds. So it doesn't look like anything was damaged. I opened up the one, and the worst I could see is some of the finish on the actual QuickJack has broken, flaked off. And that's actually roughly where the straps were too, where the box was broken open. So, I mean, maybe if they would have put foam along the whole set, would have stayed nice, but I mean, that's a pretty small gripe. So one of the things that they do show is they show a guy holding one in and rolling this. It does roll, but I mean, these are like 80 pounds. If you're gonna move both of them across the shop, you know, for smaller guys, not the easiest thing, but it's not terrible. But one thing to highlight is once it's on the ground, you can't really get your hands underneath that very easily. But they are portable and you can move them around. Okay. I got both sides mostly assembled to how they outline on the site. I will highlight my Milwaukee air pump came in really handy to pump up the shock tower, whatever they're called, to 50 PSI. I started at 40 and then I went to 50. Really easy to do. Took a couple manual tools, but they've replaced the thread seal tape with this thread seal goop, environmental protection type thread sealant. So using this instead of tape, so that's cool, but it's a little messy. And you know, got all the ends and pieces all tightened up on. And now it's time to hook up the main unit, which I've filled with the trans fluid. Good thing I got a ton of AMSOIL here at the Lethal Garage. If you ever need oil, hit me up. But yeah, now we gotta hook it all up as they highlight and prime the system, bleed the air, and hopefully have functioning QuickJack. Now, if you're wondering, Lethal, why did you not make a step-by-step video? Because QuickJack has an amazing step-by-step video, and I won't even be able to contend with it. So check that out. Literally just Google Quickjack Setup. Done. Easy. Do it. So you're probably asking yourself, why was it so janky going down? Well, there's no weight on it. And basically you have to repeat the process of going up. You go up just before the lock, because right now we're pressurizing the system and getting the fluid in, and then letting it down, and then we're gonna bleed it. So I say just get it right before the first lock, and then without weight, it just takes time for it to drop. Yeah, cut here. Okay, we got this bad boy set up, lifting from the front of the subframe and the rear shackles. That's about as far as it's gonna reach. Let's see what happens. You're supposed to get it started. Make sure we're connected on all 4 corners. We're good there, good over there, good at both fronts. So that's the first lock height. So if we lock it in, hold it down for 5 seconds so it's locked, that's a pretty good height. I can easily crawl under the car at that height. But now, whoa. So what just happened, that noise, the rubber block just slid forward on the spring. So I think we're gonna have to pick a slightly further back point, maybe in front of that shackle brace, so that way the rubber can't slide forward. And this is why we test things out first. It's all the way down, pressure's all the way off the lines. And let's readjust. Reposition, let's try this again. So I got contact, all 4 corners. Yeah, definitely more stable in the back. So you can see I have it sitting in front of that shackle on the nut. So it's not going to slide forward. If anything, it would try to go back, and it's going to hit the back of that cradle of the actual lift. So can't move. So there's the first locking position. Again, so you go all the way down for 5 seconds to get all the pressure off the line. And now the car is literally sitting on the QuicJack. Now if we want to go all the way, my garage is plenty high to go all the way up. Goes all the way, dropping it down on the safety bars of the safety lock. Again, depressing the system. It is all the way up, and that is a lot of space under there. Now obviously you're not going to be standing up underneath here, but I could easily get underneath and be comfortable under the car, even on like one of those little rolling trolleys. But locked in position, good to go. Car's at a really good working height. Like the floor is not that far from bending over now, which is awesome. Same with the front end. Now I had the car a little too rolled forward, so when these do go up, it's going to push your vehicle forward just a little bit. So before you lift your car, make sure you pay attention where it's at in relation to lifting in a garage or something like that. You can see the rear end's nice and off the ground. This is really nice. This is definitely a good purchase. So now what you could do is, since it's depressed and it's on the locks, you just connect the hydraulic lines and you can pack this away and leave your QuicJack exactly how it's sitting on the ground, and you're good to go. And then when you're ready to drop it, you go all the way up again, and then you just have to flick the safety lock device tabs like that. I'll go ahead and do both of them for you. and drop it down. And all the way down. We're good to go. There you have it. That is the QuickJack. As you can see, it lifts the car pretty dang easily, gives a lot of space. I'm really happy with the height. I was a little worried it was gonna be too low, but 21 inches is plenty of space to work under the car. I know some people don't like the long racks blocking and you have to get in from the front or the rear. That could be a downside for some people, but overall, if you're looking to remove your wheels, work on your car a little bit easier, stuff like that. It's like detailing underneath your car for car shows, or I mean, there's a million applications, but this thing's pretty easy to set up, pretty easy to function, gets the car nice and high off the ground, and it's not a bad price point. Now, keep in mind, I went to QuickJack.com and I purchased full price for this. This was not a sponsored deal. This wasn't a product deal or anything like that. I just bought it because I wanted it, I needed it, and I think it's gonna make things in the Lethal Garage a heck of a lot easier. So I'm just gonna leave them where they're at. I'll be able to drive the cars right over them, which is awesome because they're super low profile, and we're good to go. So thanks for checking out the video. Let me know what you guys think. If you have a QuickJack setup, post down below how you have enjoyed it. If you ran into any problems, also let me know. Love to hear both sides of the story. So far, this thing seems pretty straightforward, easy to do. They have an amazing install instructional video and all that great stuff. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. But thanks for checking out the content. Until next time, guys, see you on the road.